Guruve Gaura Chanjaya Radhikaya Tadare Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dhanyavad Pranam devotees. So I'm trying to catch up as usual on some questions and answers. So I want to speak a little bit about a question that was posed regarding the depth of the Guru-disciple relationship, why there's so much emphasis on the Guru-disciple relationship, Gurus and disciples being of various levels, what's the difference in those relationships. Also part of the question was Sadguru means the eternal manifestation of Guru in your life, and is this a principle or is this a person? So just dealing with those couple of aspects of the questions. I'm also just a little bit under the weather, so forgive me. One is that the relationship with Guru and disciple is dependent on a number of factors. One is especially the maturation of the disciple. Certainly Guru should be qualified. You have all the Sastra Praman for what should be the qualification of Guru. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. They should have seen, they should have darshan of the absolute truth. Also, Tasmad Guru Prapajita Jigyashu Shretamam Shabdapure Chanishnatam Brahma Upasamasrayam. They should be fixed, being bathed in the absorption and realizations of Bhagavan and Bhagavat Seva, and having been absorbed like that, they are fit to answer the relevant questions regarding absolute truth posed by a disciple, right? Because it's mentioned in verse Tasmat Guru Prapajita Jigyashu Shretamam. So one qualification of a disciple is also the ability to ask relevant questions. So in this way, there are many verses describing the position of Shri Guru. And also there are various descriptions of what is an ideal disciple and what is not an ideal disciple. So having studied those things, getting to the gist of our discussion here, when there's some maturation in the disciple and the Guru is qualified, at that time, the mystery, the true Rahasya, which is what I put in the title of the relationship between Guru and disciple, can be understood. Prior to the maturation of the disciple, even if the Guru is very qualified, the Rahasya or the mystery of the relationship is not fully digested by the disciple. So it may be, even in that entire lifetime, the disciple will have a relationship with Guru, they may render service to Guru, but their understanding of the depth of Guru may remain either superficial, partial. It may remain at a level of great appreciation, but it may not reach the level of understanding the true nature of Sadguru. So this is because the process of bhakti is not necessarily just a one lifetime event. Coming from a Judeo-Christian background, many devotees, we've come to Krishna consciousness and we've sort of imposed the Judeo-Christian idea of Guru being a Christ-like figure whom we, once having given faith to, once having dedicated ourselves to, becomes a savior. A savior in this sense meaning under our idea of salvation. That the basis of my taking to Krishna consciousness was primarily based in getting free from the material world, from the illusion of the material world, from the suffering of the material world. Shri Guru is that via medium by which that suffering, illusion, everything will come to an end, and I will obtain an eternal happiness in the kingdom of God. So if you parallel that to to Judeo-Christian ideals, it pretty much runs the same course. So, of course, in the true understanding of bhakti, Sri Guru is not the sort of intermediary or via medium to just our salvation. But especially in the idea of Sudha Bhakti, Sri Guru is actually, when understood properly, the means of realization of Bhagavat Parikar. It means who is an associate of Bhagavan. Because it's mentioned that when you are chanting Harinam or following the process of bhajan, it begins Ado Shraddha. So Ado Shraddha means when the prabhav of a sadhu has taken place through a Gyata Sukriti. In other words, maybe somebody got a book, or they heard a Harinam party, or they took prasadam, or they gave a donation or something like that. That Agyata Sukriti is Ado Shraddha. But it would not be possible had it not been for the prabhav of a sadhu. Example, pretty much in the Western world, by the mercy of our Srila Prabhupada, so many people were exposed to the path of pure bhakti via those who were serving Srila Prabhupada by book distribution, making temples, making prasadam places, etc., etc. So by the prabhav of the sadhu, through Agyata Sukriti means a kind of Bhakti Unmukhi Sukritis also, Agyata Bhakti Unmukhi Sukritis, some kind of pious activity related to bhakti, a person comes Ado Shraddha. When that Ado Shraddha finds greater footing, it becomes Shraddha in a sadhu, because a person takes the initiative based on that Sukriti to come to a temple, to hear the teachings of the sadhu, to have the association of the sadhu. At that time, not just the prabhav, but the actual direct experience of the sadhu gives rise to an increase in faith that becomes faith in the sadhu. So Ado Shraddha has different phases. It's not just one thing. So Ado Shraddha leading to Sadhu Sangha. In Sadhu Sangha, faith is not dissipated, but rather now the faith is placed in sadhu. So that's why it becomes Sadhu Sangha. Sangha literally means Samyak Rupain Anugamana. The faith in giving body, mind, word, moods, everything to the anugatya of that sadhu. So that is truly called Sadhu Sangha. So this faith and this Sadhu Sangha, it goes through various levels of maturation. So as the devotee is maturing, and that may be, as I mentioned in the very beginning, more than a one lifetime event. You understand? So it's not quite like the Judeo-Christian idea that once I've reposed my faith, then as long as I maintain that, I'm in the status of salvation. So here, of course, whatever we perform in bhakti, nahabrakama nashtoshti, pratyavayo navijite, so alpamapisha dhamasha trayate matobhya, excuse me. Whatever we do in bhakti is not lost. So alpam, even a little bit, that remains permanent as long as we do not commit, especially Vaishnav aparad, right? So, but that faith grows. And even from one body to another body, those bhakti samskars, those impressions of faith in bhakti, they're not lost. So it means that in the next life, along with my material karmic impressions, these spiritual impressions will come from whatever bhakti activities I performed in the previous life. So what I'm making a narrative of here is that if we follow the birth-to-birth maturation of the bhakti samskars in any particular birth, when those samskars are mature, one's relationship with Guru, that has maybe taken place many times, because one question came up, is it that we become mature and then we meet Guru and then we take Diksha? It could be that many lives we've taken Diksha, but the fruition of the Diksha had not come about. We had not realized the fruit of Diksha. Therefore, in the next life also, again, we will take Diksha. Now the question came, well, is it going to be the same Guru, or is it just a principle that comes? Various devotees have different opinions on this, but by mood we should think. By mood we should understand. Chakudan Diloye, Janami Janami Prabhu say that my Gurudev has come for me life after life after life. You understand? So we will not make a distinction that is it just a principle, is it the persona of my Gurudev, for instance, Srila Prabhupada or my Guru Pada Padma or whoever your particular Guru is. We will think my Guru has come for me life after life. This is how the absorption of the sadhak should be in relation to Gurudev. Right? So not so much the analysis of the logic of the principle of Akhanda Guru Tattva versus Vyasti Guru Tattva. All these things, they're there. This is a Tattva. But the mood in relation to Guru, especially in the stage of Vishrambha Seva, which I'll describe in a minute, a very thick idea that my own Gurudev will come for me life after life. My own Gurudev, in his Samadhi Leela, will avail himself in my depth of bhajan to answer my questions, to help guide me. And also in my practical sudden life, those whom I meet who perform the function of Shiksha Guru, I will see that my Guru Pada Padma has entered that person in order to continue my guidance. You understand? So there'll be affection for that person who's become the via medium, for my Gurudev's further teachings for me, and affection for my Gurudev on a continuum that my Gurudev continues to appear to me as Shiksha Guru. So, as we go from one life to another, the karmic impressions may put us in a position where we take Diksha again from Guru. And I just gave narrative how we should consider having found Guru, this is my eternal Guru who has appeared for me life after life after life for my deliverance. Right? Like I said, there's a backdrop of all kinds of ideas about whether it's a principle or this or that, but in terms of the spiritual emotion of the relationship between Guru and disciple, it should be gleaned as this is my eternal relationship with my particular Guru. Right? So now, in that case, in the particular lifetime where the disciple's maturation comes to a significant point, right? And generally this will be in maybe the stage of Nishta coming into Ruchi. That time they'll be able to digest. When they hear the Diksha mantras from Guru, they will be able to glean something of the truth of Sambandha Jnana. The Diksha mantras are meant to give Sambandha Jnana. It means to give a relation with Nam. Nam, Abhinatam, Namanamyo is directly Radha and Krishna. That perception is not there in the immature stage of bhakti, only an intellectual appreciation of it. But as we mature, and that becomes more of a realized factor in our lives, then the relationship with Radha and Krishna also concomitantly will become a more realized part of our existence. That means that the Diksha mantras given by Guru are starting to manifest the fruit of Diksha. You understand? Because those mantras are actually in seed form the actual relationship that any jiva has with Radha and Krishna, a Mahaprabhu. Now again, this has unfolded over many, many lifetimes. It was not that in one lifetime I came, I joined Bhakti, and all of this is happening in one lifetime. So again, in the maturation of the disciple, when they realize some Sambandha Gyan, they really truly start to realize the fruits of Diksha, start to realize the non-difference between Nam and Name, means the possessor of the name and the name. At that time, the Rahasya, or the mystery of the relationship with Gurudev, starts to unfold in a deeper level. So normally when we approach Guru, Sri Rupa Goswami is given in the first Angas of Bhakti and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Guru Padasraya. I've explained these things many times before, so I'm reluctant for the sake of not elongating this session here. Maybe I'll just try to do it briefly, right? So there's a sort of continuity. So Guru Padasraya means, first, what is Guru? I've explained Gu Shabdat Andakara Shah, Gu Shabdat Andakara Shah Nirodita. That function which removes ignorance or vidya and gives illumination or light in regards especially to bhakti, that function is called Guru. A sadhu, sadnoti sadaiti cha Krishna premitti sadhu. That sadhu who has realized the ultimate spirituality to be Krishna praying, in the context of bhakti, that person is called sadhu according to Jiva Goswami, that person then takes the function of Guru, along with the other qualities I mentioned earlier regarding the qualification of Guru. That person takes up that function of removing andhakar or darkness and giving illumination or spiritual knowledge or light, and by that process removing ignorance, right? So that is Guru. Pad means the mood of the approach of a aspirant. So Pad here really means Saranagati, that one recognizes the desire to serve Radha Krishna begins with the desire to serve the lotus feet of Shri Guru, because Shri Guru is also Sakshat Haritva. Like in Guru Astakam we sing every morning, Sakshat Haridvena Shamashta Shastriya, right? So Gurudev is Sakshat Haritva. So the Pad here means it is the lotus feet of Shri Krishna's Seva manifest in the form of Guru, right? So Chaitanya Charitamrita, again, one verse is there. Brahmanda Brahmati Kaun Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Poi Bhakti Lata Bij. So the Kripa that's found at the lotus feet of Guru is Krishna and Guru Kripa. Not just Guru Kripa, Krishna Guru Kripa. You understand? So when we take to the shelter in Saranagati, the Angas of Saranagati we know, which is Anukulesha Sankapa Pratikulesha Vivajanam, doing whatever is favorable for the service of Krishna, giving up those things which are unfavorable, right? Rakshishati Goptravevaranam Tata, Rakshishati Vishwash, having a Vishwash that Krishna is my protector and maintainer. It means that Krishna is really everything in my life. Because these two functions of maintenance and protection are really the basis of the existence of any jiva. This is the two primary things they think about: how I will exist and how I will be maintained in that existence. When we come to the point of Saranagati, we will take the ideal and hopefully realize the ideal. Krishna is my maintainer, Krishna is my protector. So he's the provider of my existence and he is the existence itself. You understand? I have nothing else. I have no other recourse. Whatever external things are going on, they've been arranged by Krishna. Whatever career, facility, family, anything I have, it's ultimately been arranged by Krishna. There may be so many nuances to that, but ultimately this is the perspective. And then obviously Atma Karpana, what is this? Anukulyasya Sankapa Pratikulyasya Vivajanam Rakshishiti Vishwasya Guptave Varanam Tata Atma Nikshepa Kalpanya. So in great humility, then we will avail ourselves of following this process of Saranagati, and Atma Nivedanam is the fruit of that Saranagati. So here Pad, Guru Pad, means this principle of Saranagati and taking shelter, Asraya, at the lotus feet of Guru. The word Asraya here also has another meaning, and that meaning is that in the fruition of my taking shelter of Guru, I will realize the Asraya Jatya. Asraya Jatya means the mode of service to Krishna by any particular individual experience, whether it is in Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, and in Madhurya Rasa, especially in Bhavulasrati or Manjari Bhav. Understand? So, this is one meaning of Asraya, taking shelter to lotus feet of Guru to realize seva in Asraya Jatya. So, Guru Pad Asraya, Tata Diksha. In order to accomplish this, Diksha becomes necessary. I just explained Diksha to some degree. Diksha is that process by which Dibya Gyan is given, Shite Papanasanam. By the influence of Prabhava Sarup Shakti, all anarthas, or all things which are, anartha literally means have no value in relation to helping us progress in bhakti. The power to remove them is bestowed on the disciple at the time of Diksha. And Divya Gyan means, according to Jiva Goswami Pad, Divya Gyanam Yantar Simanti Mantre, Bhagavat Sarup Gyanam Tenam, Bhagavat Sambandha Visesh Gyanamscha. So, Visesh Sambandha Gyan means a particular mood of service is given at the time of Diksha. Again, if the disciple has not yet reached in any given lifetime a level of maturation, when they hear the mantras and they begin to chant the mantras, they may not be able to fully digest the Sambandha Gyan which is present in the mantra. Understand? So it requires a continuum of both practice and hearing from Sadguru and from Sadhus in order to come to a level of maturation to be able to digest the Sambandha Gyan which is present in the mantra. Therefore, Tata Diksha Shikshadi must have Siksha. Then ultimately, to reveal the Rahasya of the relationship with Guru, Vishramba Seva is necessary. But if the first parts of the development of the relationship with Guru are not accomplished, for one, you don't take Guru, so you don't do Guru Parasaraya. Secondly, you don't receive Diksha. Harinam is concomitant. You receive Harinam, then you receive Diksha. So, if you don't receive those things from Guru, and Siksha, if you don't receive illumination in what you receive, it will be very difficult to do Vishrambena Guru Seva. Therefore, it will be very difficult to understand the Rahasya or mystery of the relationship between the disciple and the Guru. So now let me explain why this mystery or Rahasya of the relationship with Sri Guru is very important. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad has said that realization of the actuality of Harinam comes in stages. Nam, Rup, Gun, Parikar, Seva, Lila. You understand? Nam, Rup, Gun, Parikar, Seva, and then the Lila. You understand? So progressively the name unfolds, and in that unfoldment, in that what's called a crumb, in that progression, realization of the Parikar and the Seva will come prior to being able to enter into Lila. What many people miss is that Sri Guru is that Parikar. Now remember, all Gurus are different, maybe at different levels. For instance, it's mentioned those persons who may be in Madhyamadikar. It means they have some praying. And Jiva Goswami Prabhupada is mentioned coming from the stage of Ruchi, right? Up to the stage of actual Bhav, etc. And they're described also by Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sastrayukti Sunipuna, Dridasara Yanra, Uttamarikari se Taraye Sangsara. Their Uttamarikar is in the eligibility to practice sadhan bhakti. They themselves are fixed in the practice. They have some realization in Sastra. Sastra Yukti means both the knowledge of Sastra. Yukta also means connected, so they're able to connect the threads of Sastra. And also, Yukti means application. They know how to apply Sastra. So they are also fit to Taraye Samsara, help others to cross the path of Samsara. So my Guru Parapadma says this level of Guru can definitely give Sambandha Gyan, and they can also give Abhideya Tattva. But they will not be able to give the Prayojan, meaning the actual relationship. You understand? They can open that portal. Through Sambandha Gyan and Abhideya, they can open that portal. Then, if that person has no Guru Abhiman, and they're genuinely doing a service, they will continue to grow themselves. But in the interim, then the Guru Parampara, their own Guru, and then their Param Guru, and then their Parapara Guru, they will subsidize in that portal of Guru Parampara the illumination of the actual substance of the Prayojan. Let me repeat that. If Sri Guru obviously is an eternal associate who's descended to this world, that means one of Bhagavan's Parikas who's descended to this world and is performing the function of Guru. They can illuminate both the Sambandha Gyan, the practice, Abhideya, and they can award the Prayojan in terms of the full realization of one's Swarup, etc., via Swarup Shakti, coming from their teachings, etc., etc. If a person is in Madhyamadikar and they're performing the function of Guru because there's any necessity, because the rarity of eternal associates or even those who become Siddha by sadhana, it is rare. It's actually rare. It's not just everywhere and anywhere. You throw a nickel and you'll hit one realized sadhu. It's not like that. So there may be necessity of those who have come in genuine Madhyamadikar, and they are Sastra Yukti Sunipuna, as I mentioned before. They may also perform the function of Guru. They will be able to illuminate what is Sambandha Gyan, what is the nature of the practice, Abhideya. But the actual substance of the Prayojan, they are still unfolding to that as well. But if they don't have Guru Abhiman means the idea that I am Guru. If you have that idea, you're not Guru. Because again, Guru is a function, and one can apply himself to the service of that function, But if you think I am Guru and I have disciples, already you're not Guru. And that Guru Abhiman will be an obfuscation to the flow of the Guru Parampara. You understand? Because you're obfuscating by your tasting the idea in Guru, you're obfuscating the pure flow of Guru Parampara. Therefore, you're not functioning as a portal for the descent of Swarup Shakti coming from our Guru Parampara. Understand? This is a very important point. So, that's one level of Guru. Obviously, I spoke of the other level of Guru, those who are either Sadhana Siddha or Nitya Siddha and who have descended to this world. In those cases, what will be revealed is the nature of the Parikar status of Sri Guru. Because sometimes we think, oh, if I obtain my perfection, just like it's written in Sastra, that when Suddha Sattva descends, a couple of verses later in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it mentions, that Swarup Shakti descends and appears on the Chitta and takes over the functions of the Chitta. Swayam Prakasha Rupopi Basamana Prakashava, and illumines itself on the Chitta. So, Srila Gurudev, all of our acharyas explained, this descent of Swarup Shakti comes from one of the eternal associates. This is what is spoken. Here's one mysterious thing about Guru-disciple relationship. Is my Guru an eternal associate, either by Sadhana or Nitya Siddha? If they are, it's not like I have to look up in the cloud to see that descent of Swarup Shakti. That descent of Swarup Shakti is coming from the heart of my Gurudev. We tend to, I don't know, look past Sri Guru and look at, oh, the mood of Subal will descend, or the mood of Rup Manjari will descend. How will the mood of Subal or Rup Manjari descend? Through Guru Parampara. Therefore, reflected in the heart of my Gurudev, who's also accomplished to be the Palya Dasi of Radhika, in the service of Rup Manjari and the Gun of Lalita, that mood is what will come in my heart. You understand? So so the rahasya of understanding Guru-disciple relationship is to understand up to this point. And then during the Guru Ashtakam, every day we're singing, Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhaya Ralibhir Yuktira Pepshaniyai. My Gurudev is Nikunja Yuno Seva. My Gurudev is Nikunja Siddha Sevak. Means he is fully accomplished in the sevas of Nikunj, means in Manjari Seva. So I'm giving this example. If you're in Sakya Rasa, be different, etc. But in regard to Manjari Bhav, my Gurudev is like this. So we're singing every day this Bhajan Kirtan. If you have digested the Sambandha Gyan given by Gurudev, right, and according to that Sambandha Gyan you're singing, then you will appreciate this. If it's in Sakya Ras, you'll appreciate up to the point of Priyanama Sakas. If you are in Manjari Bhav, you will appreciate up to the point of seeing Gurudev as Manjari. You understand? So this is the nature of the rahasya of the Guru-disciple relationship. Then, according to the Kram that Srila Jiva Goswami Pad gave, Nam, Rup, Gun. One will first taste the Nam. What is the glory of Nam? What is the Rup of that Nam? It's directly the Rup of Krishna. So the qualities, Gun, of that Rup of Krishna is also experienced in the Chitta of the Jiva. Right? Then the desire to serve at its extreme point, like expressed in Ashakti, demands the facility of seva. So one has to realize a particular mode of service. At the time of Diksha, in seed form, that was given. Now in this higher stage, then one will have to realize parikar and seva. What parikar and what seva? That for what your ruchi, at that time, meaning the mood or desire, your seva abhilas, what seva abhilas, what ruchi, what taste and what service you have, now in maturation, will find its resonance in your own guru. Your own guru is that parikar. And their mood is that mood of seva. So in the maturation, in the depth of guru-disciple relationship, this is what becomes manifest. Again, if guru is in Madhyamadikar, because again, same Pati Bhaktas, Nitya Siddha, Sadhan Siddha, not easy thing always to come across. So if the Guru is in Madhyamadikar, they are transparent. So they can reflect Guru Parampara. And in the Guru Parampara, that mood, Rup Manjari, etc., whatever particular rasa you have, that mood, Rup Manjari, I'm giving an example, has descended through Parampara. And has come to the transparent medium of Guru, even if Guru is in the stage of Madhyamadikar. You understand? If they don't have Guru Abhiman, which is the obfuscating factor that would prevent that flow of the Prayojan Tattva entering the heart of the disciple. Understand? So this is the Rahasya, this is the mystery of Guru-disciple relationship. And it takes so much maturation to come to that point. It may be that a devotee may spend many years having the idea, I'm practicing bhakti, and to practice bhakti you need a guru. Okay, I went to one festival and I had been, chanting for 1 year, 16 rounds, etc., and then I was recommended, and then I took the initiation, I got a t-shirt from the festival, I sat at the fire sacrifice, they took some of the vibhuti from the fire, that means the ash from the fire, placed on my forehead, I got a new name, and then when I took Diksha, I even got one of the threads that go across. And so, in this way, there's very superficial understanding of what is Nam, Harinam, and Diksha initiation. And then there's very mature understandings of what these things are. So we want to move towards a mature understanding of what happens at the time of Harinam and at the time of Diksha. Because as we do that, then the true unfoldment of what is Bhakti can manifest. If it is obfuscated by simple social ideals of what is Harinam and Diksha, and it is like, okay, I've gone to the next step in the group dynamic of my religion. I received Harinam, I got a new name. I received Diksha, I got a thread, and I had some eligibility now to do a deeper level of service by going on the altar or cooking, etc., etc. And I'm also called a Brahmin, right? So in this way, we have various sort of mental ideas about what it means. And then I have a guru. And, along with all my other friends and associates, we have a guru, right? And we know that when the guru comes, it's very auspicious. And we may do a foot bathing, and we'll offer flower garlands and so forth and so on. And then Guru Dev will speak. And, we'll all, be inspired, And even if we're not inspired, we'll make believe we're inspired because it's very important. You understand? So we have to get a deeper sense of what this relationship really means. And part of that is even those who are Sastrayukti Sunipuna in Madhyamadikar in performing this function of Guru have to be able to explain and deliver through potency of their own practice the understanding of Sambandha Gyan and Abhideya, means the practice of bhakti. Understand? And again, remaining transparent, they allow the flow of the Prayojan Tattva to come through them and touch their disciples. Of course, if anyone is Sadhan Siddha or Nitya Siddha, then all three things are happening simultaneously as they are grooming the disciple. Understand? So, very, very important points, because in our lives, Shri Guru is everything. We've not maybe yet had darshan of Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu, but we have darshan by the amazing kripa of Guru Tattva. We have the darshan of Shri Guru. And so all things related to Mahaprabhu and Shri Radha Krishna can be seen through the via medium of Guru. So the Harikatha is very important. In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's mentioned, Satam prasanga mamma virya samvido. Right? So Satam means Sadhu Guru, like I mentioned. Prasanga, when there's maturation of the disciple and quality of Guru, it creates prasanga. Prakrishrupain is the prefix here, like prasanga. Prakrishrupain means full capacity. Prakrishrupain sangha. Sangha here means samyakrupain anugamana, the ability to inspire following from the Guru and the ability of the disciple to follow. And anugamana, the word anugamana here, anu has three meanings also. One meaning of the word anu is continuous, something that doesn't stop. Anu also means to follow, so to continuously follow Sri Guru. And Anu also means humility, because Anutva means like an atom, very small. So Anutva means with great humility. So with great humility, continuously following Sri Guru, right? This is called doing Anugatya or Sangha. You understand? And how do we follow? Samyak Rupe means completely. Body, mind, moods, everything. This is called doing Sangha. So Prasanga. Mama Virya. Mama here, Krishna saying my Virya. Virya means many things. I think we translate in Srimad Bhagavatam, Virya means, Srila Prabhupada's translation, my wonderful activities. But the purport here of the word Virya is also Shakti. Virya means power. Like in Virya, potent. So the potency or power inherent in the activities of Krishna is called a Swarup Shakti, his own power. That same Swarup Shakti is also called Bhakti Shakti, the power to give bhakti. You understand? So in the prasanga of a sadhu, when they do samvad, means when they are speaking harikatha, realized harikatha, then Mama Virya, Swarup Shakti manifests there. Bhavanti Rit Karana Rasanaya Kata. By that Rasanaya Kata, Rasanaya here also has different meanings. Rasayana means like a tonic, which helps to cleanse the heart or to cure disease. Rasayana also means rasa, right? Rasa means, for those who are mature, they will taste the rasa inherent in that kata. So in either way, rasa or rasayana, bhavanti rit karana rasanaya kata. It becomes pleasing both to the ear and to the heart. How? In the heart, it cleans out the heart from any material impressions and implants spiritual impressions there, which illuminate the Nam, Rup, Gun, etc. of Lord Krishna and Mahaprabhu. You understand? And Karana means, if anyone is speaking Harikatha who really has any maturation in Bhakti, their Harikatha is also so sweet. All their Tattva Gyan, all their Rasa Tattva, all their Lila Tattva speaking, very, very sweet and very pleasing. And therefore it inspires and attracts the devotee to hear. And in hearing that Harikatha, Tajosat Asu Appavagavatmi, very quickly, Shraddha, Bhakti, Shraddha, what is it? Shraddha Rati Bhakti Anukramishiti. In a continuous unfoldment, Shraddha develops up to the point of Rati, means Bhav. And then Bhav turns into Bhakti, meaning Prem Bhakti. So simply by hearing in the association of sadhu, this progression takes place. So Guru, sadhu is same thing, right? Of course, there also may be other sadhus who are like Shiksha, Guru for us, etc., etc. But hearing from Guru sadhu like this, it creates the ability for the realization of what we came to practice bhakti for to happen. Without this depth of relationship to Guru, then that does not take place. Because the maturation may be there in terms of the Guru's qualification, but if the disciple is not also qualified, they cannot digest sufficiently that association. And they'll put it in a certain category and they'll operate on that category. But the depth of the Rahasya or mystery of the Guru-disciple relationship will not come to fruition until maturation in the disciple has taken place. All right, so hopefully this was helpful to answer the devotee who asked the question. And I thought also I would give some elaboration because we're in a time now where for many devotees who are older, they're coming to the latter stages of their life. And the importance of how they take up the practice is very significant. And it's very important your understanding and your mood in doing sadhan bhajan, means your spiritual practice. Not understanding these things can't be dismissed as simply, oh, well, I don't read so much and everything, but I chant and, you know, I get up for Mangalarti or something. We have to understand what it is we're doing. Right? We don't pretty much do anything in life on a long-term basis without some understanding of what it is that we're doing. Right? If somebody picks up a course of action towards a career, then they want to understand what it is they're doing. You don't become a doctor without understanding the nuances of medicine, etc., etc. You don't become a businessman without understanding nuances of business, etc. Why would we think that in spiritual life, that the details of spiritual life, the nuances of understanding these things is not important? And part of that also comes from, again, the perhaps previous religious experiences we had where simply reposing faith in something was enough. I can go on with the rest of my life, and then at the end, I'll simply get the reward of that faith. But bhakti is different. Bhakti is asking for saranagati, surrender. That is both the doorway and the first anga of bhakti. Because Guru Parasraya means saranagati. So there's both the doorway to bhakti and the first anga of bhakti. So we have to actually surrender to the process. Understand? And we can't imagine that our Guru Vargas, means our mentorial succession, our Guru Parampara, has written literally millions of verses. Jiva Goswami himself wrote 400,000 verses. But they did all of that because it really wasn't that important. I'll just chant and, I have faith, I'll do some savor, and, I'll go back to Godhead. So don't think like this. Actually, and also don't think there's a class of devotees and they're like Gyanis or something. So they study all the books, everything, because simply by learning, you'll not also get bhakti. You understand? It's not that kind of thing. So those who are doing deep study of Shastra in pursuance of bhajan sadhan, it is not the same thing as gathering information. And then real bhakti is something else. That's also something that started to happen. There was an idea that the devotees would do a deep study. If they have a good memory, they'll memorize so many verses, everything else. And they were put in the category of learned devotees or Gyani devotees. And then real bhakti also is something else. It's like a mood, it's a love, or this or that. Don't do these things. Don't do these things. Bhajan sadhan means the deep study of what it is our Goswami Varga, our Guru Parampara, our own Guru Dev and Sadhus have given us. Do deep study of these things. It's called Shwadhyaya. Part of your bhajan practice should be chanting Harinam, chanting addiction mantras, attending Mangalarti, following all the other niyams, means rules and regulations regarding bhakti, all the appearance days, various things like that, following Ekadasi Brat. All these different things should be done. And Swadhyaya, deep study what our Goswamis have given us. You understand? Other than that, it's kind of being dismissive of the Goswamis. And Srila Prabhupada made a very heavy statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I guess it had come to him that some devotees had mentioned, Srila Prabhupada, some devotees have mentioned that we don't really need to study the books of the previous acharyas and all of that. So if you look in, I'll find that Bhumipati is like my source for numbers and all these things. But I will maybe put the verse in the comment section here. But Srila Prabhupada in that purport, he directly mentions some false devotees think it inadvisable to read the books of the previous acharyas. So Srila Prabhupada goes as far as to say those are false devotees. That's a very heavy statement. So let's not be like that. So study very deeply the writings of our acharyas, but don't just study for gathering information. We should be studying and in application of the practice of bhakti. Both of those things are appeals to receive the kripa of Guru and Guru Parampara. You understand? Because ultimately endeavor and kripa are the two things that comprise success in obtaining bhakti. You won't obtain it by your own erudition or even your own practice of sadhana. Right? Sadhya kabunoi. Right? That sadhya in bhakti is not obtained by your sadhana. Nityasira Krishna Prema, sadhya kabunoi. Your sadhana cannot produce bhakti. What it can produce is an appeal for the mercy of Bhagavan. Then Bhagavan, under the effect of your appeal for mercy, becomes merciful to you and bhakti is bestowed. Understand? Now, if you read Madhurya Kandamini, it's explained clearly there that mercy of Bhagavan resides with the sadhu. You understand? Radhika's mercy is the mercy of Bhagavan. Radhika's mercy resides with the sadhu. So it's explained in Madhurya Kandamini. What is this? Paramaswatantra Bhagavad Bhakta. In a Paramaswatantra Bhagavad Bhakta, the word Paramaswatantra means the devotee is independent in the dispensing of the mercy of Bhagavan. Right? You could read all this in Madhurya Kandamini of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He's mentioned these things. Because Bhagavan himself does not directly give bhakti. He gives the independent position to the bhakta. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur goes on to explain, if Bhagavan himself gave bhakti, he would be attributed with the fault called asamya dosh, which means partiality. Therefore, he inspires in the heart of the bhakta, Paramasvatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Jata Kripa Mangaladai. He inspires in the heart of the Paramasvatantra, independent devotee, the realized devotee, the power to give bhakti. That realized devotee comes to the platform of Majjamadikar in their vision. What is Majjamadikar? Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. They see four things. They have love for Bhagavan, friendship to devotees, and relation with devotees according to their various levels. Prema, Maitri, Kripa. They show Kripa, Bhagavan's Kripa, to those who are innocent, Baleshu. And they may perform Upeksha to those who are envious or aparadis, etc., etc. Understand? So in the nature of their Majjamadikar, these things are natural. Therefore, it would not be considered partiality when bhakti flows from their heart according to these four divisions. Again, I'm going way above and beyond the initial question here. All right, my Dandavat Pranam devotees, please, I'm always begging for your mercy. And I'm begging the mercy also of my Guru Parampara, and especially to the lotus feet of my Guru Pada Padma, Nitta Lila Praveshtam Vishnupada Paramhamsa Stotra Sisima, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Nalinga Swami Maharaj, also to my Param Guru Devs, Nitta Lila Praveshtam Vishnupada Paramhamsa Stotra Sisima, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Jagat Guru, Al Srila Prabhupada, and also Acharya Keshri, Srila Bhakti Pradhan Kesha Goswami Maharaj, and our entire Guru Parampara. Jai Vanchakalpaturvishya Kripasindhavebhacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Radhe Radhe.